The information provided is for educational purposes and is not intended as medical advice or a substitute for medical advice of a physician or other qualified healthcare professional. And you should always use this information. You should not use this information for diagnosing a health or fitness problem or disease. And you should always consult with a doctor or other healthcare professional for medical advice or information about diagnosis and treatment. And this information has not been reviewed by the FDA or any other medical body. So today we're going to talk about the detoxification, about some key ingredients in the root products. So the first one we have is Clean Slate. And as we know, Clean Slate is our flagship product. It uses silica, which is nature's best detoxifying mineral in the proprietary blend of vitamin C and over 75 trace minerals to help us wipe out cells and clean the toxins and heavy metals. And as many of you know, you've been on many of our calls, well, we are basically preloaded with a chemical soup of toxins before we're born. And we used to think that the placenta protected the fetus from exposure to potentially harmful chemicals. However, we know that this is now not true. And there are more than 84,000 chemicals that are used in North America, and examinations from the European Union REACH registry estimates this number of chemicals is globally maybe closer to 143,000. So research from the Environmental Working Group conducted a body burden study, and they analyzed that umbilical cord. In the umbilical cords, they actually found 287 industrial chemicals in the blood with an average of 200 per baby. And then they did another study, a second follow-up study in 5 laboratories across the US, Canada, and Europe. And they actually identified that there were 232 industrial compounds and pollutants in the umbilical cord blood. So chemicals detected were parafluorochemicals, the PBDEs, PCBs, and even worse, new studies detected that a whole new range of chemicals showing up in the baby's cord blood for the first time. So these are just some of the offenders that they have, and most of them are the flame retardants. And of course, it's used in plastic paints, synthetic textiles, electrical devices, and so forth. So the developing fetus is especially at risk for these effects as it grows rapidly and lacks the systems to process waste and to flush out toxins as they absorb higher levels of toxic chemicals. And of course, the blood-brain barrier is not fully developed until after birth. So this is why the Clean Slate, one of the reasons that Clean Slate is really important. And as we've talked before, a lot of these toxins are transgenerational, meaning that it's coming from your mother, your grandmother, and so forth and so on. It's just being passed down the line. So silica, or silicon dioxide, has been proven to help in the elimination of various contaminants from the body by removing toxins, chemicals, and pesticides and heavy metals. And what it does is it can help to promote hair, skin, and nail health, which many of us have seen, and improve joint and bone health, and enhance heart health, and reduce digestive disorders, and help to boost the immune system and hasten the healing process. In fact, anytime we cut ourselves or do anything like that or hurt ourselves, we're always putting the clean slate on us too, and it really does help heal much faster. So here's a study showing the validity of the silica. And in this study here, they're talking about this thiol modified nanoporous silica material that they gave in the study here. And this is actually an organic organosulfur compound. And the thing here is that the results of this study is that they effectively removed inorganic mercury from biologically digested fish tissue with no effect on the nutritional minerals found in fish. So it could hold inorganic mercury or methyl mercury inside these nanoporous sizes, but which in turn prevents bacteria from converting them into absorbable forms. And then also another point was that in rats fed a diet containing methyl mercury, cadmium, lead, and with this material that they gave them, this nanoporous material, and had blood inorganic levels significantly lower than rats fed a metal diet exclusively. But the bottom line, I think what's really important here is what they found was when the rats, when they were fed this thiol group, it did not remove essential elements such as calcium, magnesium, and iron from the bodily fluids, thus offering an improvement over the more traditional EDTA chelation methods, whose non-discriminatory metal binding properties have been known to cause death. So what this study is about is showing the safety of the silica material in this nanoporous form. So moving on to vitamin C. Vitamin C is one of the most important nutrients, and it was thought that the high levels of vitamin C may rid the body of toxins. And vitamin C is believed to have anti-aging properties. It helps to boost the immune system. It helps the body absorb materials, and also helps to protect from harmful chemicals, ward off infections, boost the body's natural stores of vitamin C, and also leave the body feeling refreshed and energized. So vitamin C actually is a very important type of antioxidant. So here, vitamin C in this study talks about the modulation of lead excretion in rats. So lead is one of the most heavy metals, and also takes a longer time to be excreted from the body than other heavy metals. And in this study, researchers measured the lead excretion via urine and feces to find out the effects of vitamin C in lead chelation. So out of 39 mice, 29 actually survived. 76.9% survived in the lead-only administered group. 90.9% survived in the lead administration and low dose of vitamin C, and 100% survived in the lead administration and high dose of the vitamin C group. So low vitamin C intake also inhibited higher urinary excretion than the lead-only group, and the urinary excretion level in the high dose vitamin C intake was significantly higher than the lead-only group. So basically, overall, it was found that the administrating the higher dose of vitamin C accelerated the excretion of lead in the body as compared to low dose. So basically, what they're saying here is that the higher levels of vitamin C were getting more lead out of the body. And also, they also found that fecal lead excretion seemed to be increased in high dose of vitamin C in the intake group compared to the lead administration, other lead administration groups. So we all know about trace minerals. Trace minerals are essential nutrients that the body cannot produce itself, and we only need a very small amount, and they're very crucial to our health. So some of the benefits of trace mineral include, like zinc, for example. Zinc helps to boost the immune system and the metabolic function. Zinc is very important right now, especially what's going on, because zinc actually will help protect your lungs. It will also help to, like, I think we did a talk on this not too long ago about zinc, and that zinc can actually inhibit the NF-κB response, which is your inflammatory response, which is how it protects the lungs. Then we have iron. Iron, of course, boosts the hemoglobin. It's immunity, and reduces fatigue and bruising. And then we have boron, which is essential for energy utilization. And then we have fluorine, which prevents the tooth decay and strengthening bones. Iodine, of course, boosts the metabolism and cognitive thinking. And then we have manganese, which is strengthening the bones and ligaments. And we have selenium, which prevents oxygen damage and also cell membranes, and silicone, which helps to the formation of collagen, which is also very important, like clean slate, because it's giving us massive amounts of silica in the body, which helps to form the basis of collagen. Those are just a few, because there's over 75 of them. And then here, this article here is about dietary strategies for the treatment of cadmium lead toxicity. And in many studies in both animals and humans have shown that a deficiency in essential metals such as zinc, calcium, and iron can lead to greater absorption of toxicity of cadmium and lead. So zinc intake has been reported to alleviate oxidative stress caused by cadmium and lead exposure. And selenium is actually a cofactor of an antioxidant enzyme, glutathione peroxidase, and it contributes to the antioxidant defense system, which enables it to alleviate cadmium and lead toxicity by reducing the oxidative stress and enhancing this antioxidant capacity. And of course, iron supplement can also prevent and limit cadmium absorption by reducing the expression of certain types of transporters. And then we come to zero in. Zero in is a cognitive enhancing formula. Its ingredients include turmeric, pine bark extract, N-Acetyl tyrosine, velvet bean seed, L-Theanine, caffeine anhydrous, vitamin D3, which helps clear out the brain fog and leads you to a laser sharp mental support and focus, and of course, your increased attention span. So pine bark is commonly found in Europe. It's an omnipotent antioxidant. It helps to lower glucose levels. It prevents hearing loss and balance. It wards off infections. It's a skin protectant. It helps reduce inflammation. It decreases erectile dysfunction. It increases athletic performance. It alleviates pain. It boosts the vitamin C absorption. It's actually quite an amazing extract. There's many more benefits to pine bark. It also has a histamine blocking effect. So people with allergies, it's very good for the veins, the capillaries, and the vessels, and helps to make them more pliable. It's an excellent extract. So this is a study about the protective effects of pine bark extract on the developmental toxicity of cyclophosphamide in rats. And this is a study done, actually, this study was done on pycnogenol. And here they took a group of 44 mated females that were randomly assigned to 4 experimental groups. And what they found was that in these groups, the following the CP treatment, fetal and placental weights were decreased and embryonic reabsorption and the fetal malformations were increased. And then if you look at the next bullet, it says here that the hepatic tissues and the increase of the MDA concentrations were reduced glutathione content, and the catalase activities were observed. So basically, these results here show that there was a protective effect of the pine bark extract due to the inhibition and the lipid peroxidation and increased antioxidant activity. And then we have velvet bean seed. This is called Mucuna purines, yes, also known as the dopamine bean. It's a tropical legume that has been used for thousands of years as a remedy for main ailments, mainly due to the high content of L-Dopa. So it manages or reduces the risk of Parkinson's disease. It increases infertility and sexual function in males. It can help to improve the mood, acts as a natural antidepressant, reduces stress. It's a natural aphrodisiac, and treats or manages the nervous system disorders. Actually, I like to think of Zero In as my happy pill. Many of you have heard me refer to it as that. So here is a study on Mucuniperians extract on the liver profile. So in these results here, they have a significant increase in the super dismutase catalase activities. Oh, very similar to what we just saw in the pine bark. The main thing about this is that the results indicated that the seed extracts of the Mucuniperians increases the antioxidant capacity and reduces the liver enzymes and maintains the normal histo architecture of the liver. And then we have L-Theanine. L-Theanine is an amino acid found primarily in tea and black tea. It's said to have many potential detoxifying effects due to its very high antioxidant contents. So the benefits of this amino acid include reduction in anxiety and stress, increased focus, tumor and cancer treatments. It helps to manage blood pressure. It also protects the brain cells and promotes cognitive function. It aids in weight loss. It helps to boost the GABA and other calming brain chemicals. And in this study here, L-theanine relieves acute alcoholic liver injury by regulating the TNA alpha, the NF-κB signaling pathways of these mice here. And in this study, investigators actually examined the activity here of L-theanine on mice fed ethanol at one time. And the results showed that L-theanine elevated the extensive liver injury caused by ethanol extract. And L-theanine actually reduced the tissue damage and decreased the transaminase levels and increased antioxidant activity. Then we have D3, and as we know, vitamin D is very important to overall health. And we know we get it from the sun. It's in the foods you eat, some of the supplementation. It comes in two forms, mainly D2 and D3. And vitamin D also helps for calcium and phosphate for the body to absorb calcium and phosphate, which also in turn is beneficial for healthy bones, teeth, muscle, nerves, and basic body functions. There's actually 2,700 receptor sites that vitamin D can go into. So a lot of people don't know how important vitamin D is, especially now in the winter months. And again, vitamin D strengthens the bones and muscles. It also improves immunity. It improves your mood. It reduces inflammation. It improves heart function and increases energy levels. So in this study here, 1,25-dehydroxyvitamin D3 regulates genes responsible for detoxification in the intestines. And researchers evaluated the effects of D3 on gene expression in the intestines of vitamin D deficient rats. And here they used a single dose on the gene for this 1,125 D3 on the gene expression of the intestines of vitamin D deficient rats, and found that within 6 hours, it actually stimulated the expression of several phase 1 and phase 2 biotransformation genes. So it also increased the expression of antioxidant genes. And these results indicate that vitamin D is a significant factor in detoxification and protection against environmental factors. And like I said before, the vitamin D is really important because of these 2,700 receptor sites that you have within your body. And one of the things that inhibits vitamin D from being absorbed is having heavy metals. So next we have anhydrous caffeine, or caffeine anhydrous. It's a pure caffeine powder. It's a powerful nootropic. And some of the proposed benefits include it as a weight loss. aids in weight loss, it increases alertness, it reduces fatigue, it increases brain function, and improved athletic performance. So this study here is about the association between caffeine consumption and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and this was a systemic review of and a meta-analysis. So in this study here, researchers evaluated whether caffeine has protective effects against non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And in the meta-analysis, it was found that the risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease in patients who drank coffee was actually significantly lower than those patients who did not. And there was also a significant decrease in risk of liver fibrosis among non-alcoholic fatty liver disease patients who drank coffee as compared to those who did not. Oh, I'm sorry, to those who did. And then we have turmeric. Turmeric is a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And by reducing inflammation and lowering oxidative stress in the body, it has significant potential to prevent and treat chronic diseases and other ailments. And many benefits of turmeric include improved memory. It helps to flush out the liver of toxins. It fights free radicals. It helps to lower the risk of heart disease, fights off depression, and can even prevent cancer and may even reduce pain. Well, I know for a fact it definitely reduces pain because turmeric is an amazing supplement. So here is the efficacy of turmeric or curcumin turmeric on liver enzymes in patients with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And this is also a systematic review of a randomized controlled trial. And here researchers evaluated the efficacy of turmeric supplementation on liver enzymes in patients with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And in the meta-analysis of 4 randomized controlled studies that included 288 patients, it showed the trend towards significant reduction of alanine aminotransferase, which is ALT. It's a blood concentration in the subgroups of greater than 1,000 milligrams per day of curcumin supplementation. And there's also significant reduction of the aspartate aminotransferase, the AST, in the study in 8 weeks administration. We have actually had many case studies showing reversal of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Then we have N-Acetyl L-Tyrosine. This is a nootropic. It's derived from L-Tyrosine, which is an amino acid that builds neurotransmitters that are crucial for brain health. And its potential benefits include boosting cognition, increasing alertness, improves your mood, reduces stress. It also increases dopamine levels, and it treats and or manages ADHD. And here is another study. And in this study here is the antioxidant L-tyrosine. And as a monophenolic and L-dopamine as a diphenolic amino acids were investigated by using different antioxidant assays. And what they're showing here is the inhibition of the lipids, peroxidation, and of the linoleic acid emulsions, and in addition to the L-tyrosine and L-dopa and the effects of the radical, the scavenging, and the total ferric ions, reducing the power of metal chelating and the ferrous ions activity. So that was a really interesting study to read through. It's quite detailed, but let me go here now. Oh, that's it. Okay, let me go in this here. Go here. Well, I'm so sorry you guys didn't get Dr. Christina Rahm today, but you had me. So what do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead. I'll see if I can answer them.
Hi, Dr. Dori.
Hello.
I have a question regarding the clean slate. Can
Okay.
you biochemically tell me how it detailed work with this calcium? What is the real function of the vitamin C? It opens the lipid layer that toxins can be released from the cells, or what is the main function of the vitamin C in the clean slate?
Okay, well, that for what you're asking me on that lipid, on that layer there, that's more of the proprietary process, and that would be something that I think that Dr. Christina would probably be able to answer for you. I don't know that that's a something
Okay,
that we would want to go into on the call.
thank you.
Mhm.
There's a question in the chat, Dori,
Okay.
from France, Frank.
Oh yeah, fine, man. Please, thank you. Most probably the band. Okay, so the question is here, most probably the advantage of using the Trinity related to Crohn's disease. So, okay, so first of all, we're not going to be talking about disease, but we can definitely say that in general, that is an inflammatory type of issue. So we can talk about in general terms of what the products can do. And as we talked about several weeks ago and just recently, like last week. Well, actually, a good example would be the talk I did. This actually was this week on Tuesday. We talked about glutathione, right? And glutathione is the master antioxidant. And when your body, it is the second most important thing next to water is glutathione. And when you don't have enough glutathione, when your body becomes so overrun, with stress and oxidative stress and reactive oxygen species and all this kind of stuff, when your glutathione level goes down, that gives way for inflammation. It gives way for other diseases. So if we looked at the ingredients, we did kind of a deep dive into the ingredients on Relive greens and found out that a lot of the precursors to actually make glutathione is in the green product. And to enhance your glutathione production and to enhance the glutathione that you have, because glutathione is made in your body. It's not something that, it's through the foods that you eat, but the greens are loaded with the precursors for glutathione. And then the Restore product is something that you would take to enhance so each one of those ingredients in the Restore actually will help to enhance your glutathione levels in different ways. So those two products together, but still, you still need the clean slate to help, clean out the cells, clean out the body, to get rid of to clean up the environment so that all the other products that we use can work that much more, more effectively, more efficiently when your environment is already clean. Does that make sense?
Yes, it also improves the microbiome as well. So
absolutely.
And leaky gut.
Actually, the reason why the Restore was actually made in the first place, well, that's one of the main reasons. That was the whole microbiome, the gut-brain the connection, right? That whole access there.
Exactly.
It's really interesting how Christina made these because they're all working in synergy together. And you can start at any level you feel comfortable with. But, of course, we started in the very beginning. So we started with the clean slate, then we added the zero in. And then, of course, we just, as they come along, we just start adding them. And it's just made a world of difference. Let's see here. Ms. Vita, can you please make the links to the studies you referred to? Yes, I don't know where they're going to be stored, but yes, they will be available. Actually, we can put those through ISNS as well.
Yeah, I think they are going to be on ISNS. I mean, all the products
Mark is asking, how long do people have to take glutathione supplement until the body stops forever to produce glutathione? I think if your body stops producing glutathione, I mean, I think you're dead.
Yeah, sorry.
Your body's not going to stop producing glutathione. But I can say that as you age, just like your stem cells, the quality, they go down, they decrease over time. So you're always going to have to keep on. If you want to maintain health, you need to keep your glutathione up. And you can do that through foods. Definitely can do that through foods. Doretta.
Hi, I know that you're up in Norway, and I wanted to ask about fish. There's a lot of, I think, cod. Carlson has a lot of cod liver and stuff. And so I was thinking of fish even that's caught up in Alaska. I know there's a lot of mercury tainted fish. So what is your thinking about salmon and halibut and some of the fish, if it's efficacious for the body?
Sorry about that. So, fish, that's a great question. And of course, we don't want to be eating large fish because this is loaded with heavy metals, mercury, for example. In Norway, it's kind of interesting because we did some of our first talks talking about Norway because it's very pristine here, right? But the fish in the fjords is loaded with heavy metals, even more so in the fjords than out in the ocean. And the reason for that is because all the industrial pollution, like in the fjords, there's like these big mountains that raise up out of the ocean, and the toxicity, the pollution that actually comes from China and other countries, swirls around in the fjords, acts like a vacuum and sucks this all down into the water there, and the fish are just loaded with all kinds of heavy metals. So anyways, so with fish and stuff like that, I mean, you need to eat small fish. You need to have, if you could eat wild caught fish, that's better. If you guys are thinking about fish oils and stuff like that, most fish oils are really rancid and contaminated. And actually, so a lot of people always complain about when they get fish oils, they're always burping, and they're, it upsets their stomach, because a lot of times when they get the fish, they're rancid. They have to clean them and clean the oil and stuff like that. But actually, it's better for you to take, it has a better omega profile if you were to take seal oil. I know some of you don't probably like that, but we get that here in Norway, and you can get a really great source in Canada. But the reason why I say that seal oil is because they are mammals and we are mammals, and it's actually the best profile for omegas. And you're not going to get the upset stomach and burping. Okay. Oh, we still have more time. Let me see what else. What other questions can I answer?
There's one that says, how long do people have to take glutathione supplements? Oh yeah, we heard that. The body stops forever. The next one, has anyone experienced impaired body temperature regulation while detoxing with Trinity? I've been experiencing extremely cold extremities and nose with chills going down my back.
I haven't heard of anything like that.
No, I think each person is unique within their detoxing process. So probably,
Birgit has some insight there.
yeah.
Go, Birgit.
Well, I was just reading it and I was
Mhm.
astonished because I was complaining to my husband that my nose, the tip of my nose, was always super cold, and I was a person that was always sweaty and you know too hot. I was sleeping on top of my bed sheets and stuff like that. And now I'm a freezy person and I wear socks in bed and my fingers are cold. So I experience the same thing, but I didn't think it comes from the products, just from losing so much weight and you know, being much thinner than I used to be before I took the products. And so thin people always freeze. That's what I thought it was. Not necessarily from detoxing, but from losing so much weight. And you know, look at my face, I'm getting gaunt, you know. So it's, yeah, it's a different body feeling, that's true. And I'm more cold than warm nowadays.
Okay, let me see. Can you make space available? Blah blah blah. I'm gonna see here. Now.
Also, maybe the system just regulating generally as well.
Maybe some of you would like to share some of your experiences since you've been on the products. I think that could be nice. No one?
Well, I think it's wonderful. It's been amazing. I had the clean slate has just been wonderful for clearing up all kinds of different things that I have noticed over the years. So I am just thrilled, pink, to find these products and to hear. I like the science behind it. Dr. Dori, I think you do a terrific job of explaining and showing all the scientific peer-reviewed studies. I think that is wonderful. I did want to ask you, I'm getting so many mixed messages about what to use for your face. Somebody says that they put on the greens and then they make this concoction. And can you simplify it?
I actually yesterday did let's see, the greens.
Schauen wir mal die Greens.
Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to add Pat. No, she came late.
Okay. Yeah, you have to assign us both.
Yeah, I'm doing it again. Hold on. Pat, English and check, and then let me add you again, Roland. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Roland. Says you're already added, so I don't know. Okay, let me add. Well, let me do it. Okay, let me go back. Add. Yeah. Are you still?
Yeah, I'm not assigned.
Okay, let me see if I can do it.
Me neither.
I'm trying.
Thank you. I
Okay.
apologize.
That's okay. Okay, I'll try to start.
Yeah.
Good. Eclectic Wolf. Hello.
Hello, good morning, good evening to everybody. I thought I'd just give my experience with the product. It's only been 2 weeks. The first week, the daughter's mother-in-law was diagnosed with cancer. So I ended up giving her product.
Oh, I can't hardly. Can anyone hear?
Hardly. But we haven't answered the first question either.
Yeah, I know. I just, yeah.
We'll come back to it.
Well, okay. Oh, okay. While she's getting ready, I'll answer Doretta's question. Okay, so
Yeah.
Doretta, what I tried yesterday was I actually took the greens and mixed that together with the Restore. I've even heard, and then I just left that on all day. It was really, really nice. And then I've heard some people actually doing, what do you call that? The dermabrasion,
Mhm.
and then putting it on afterwards. I hear this works really well. I haven't done it myself, but I know some of you ladies out there have done it because you've told me you've done it.
And I put a couple of more drops of Clean Slate in as well.
Oh, I didn't think, oh, that's right. I wanted to try that.
Yeah, that was
Actually,
really
that's
well.
good to detoxify your skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Claire, if you look at your skin, like 2 years ago when we first started, I mean, we look completely different.
We do. We do. We say it ourselves, but we do.
Yeah, we look different. Okay, but that's been 2 years. Okay, so did that answer your question, Doretta?
It does. And I tried that Mary's recipe last night. I couldn't believe how soft my skin was this morning. My sheets had my pillowcase had a little bit of green on it. I didn't care about that, but I was amazed. But I mixed all of them. The only thing I didn't add was the Zero In. She said to take a whole capsule of that. And I don't know, I'm kind of afraid of Zero In at night before bed. I don't know why, but I just
No, I don't do that at night, but because I don't want the mess on my pillow. But yeah, Kathy Jo was saying that that Dr. Christina, she actually uses a very little of this of the oh gosh.
Face
The-
pack.
Natural barrier.
Yeah, thank you. Natural barrier for a scrub, right?
Beforehand.
Yeah, to clean her
I
face.
just added it. I just added it to the whole mixture.
Yeah, with the C
So
and the zinc.
yeah, it was
I think
quite amazing this morning.
it really tightens your skin up. So I think it's a matter of experimenting, see what works for your skin.
I think we should try it on our hands, ladies.
Good idea.
With hands. Okay, let's go to Eclectic Wolf.
Hello, sorry about that. I've got a problem with the speaker on my laptop, but I just wanted to share the experience that I've had. We've only been using the products for 2 weeks, but in the first week, our daughter's mother-in-law was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Being a pensioner, I took all my products to her, which was like a 2-hour drive, and gave them to her. But we had a period of about 3, maybe 4 days of having been on the Clean Slate. In actual fact, I had all of the products. And my husband's eyes, just literally the whites in the eyes, they went white within 3 days. They just started to clear up because they were quite murky. And which is interesting because we're quite holistic. We have a healthy diet. So it just goes to show how unhealthy our foods really are, that they were able to clear so quickly. We've now got our second lot of products. So we're, jumped straight back into it again. I've been a migraine sufferer. It's been in our family or for generations with migraines, and I've never been able to find a solution to it, but I now believe that it's the heavy metals. My mother used thalidomide while she was pregnant with me, and I mean, I'm very lucky that, I've got all arms and legs and functioning brain and what have you. So I do believe that that's what's passed through. My brother is actually autistic, which he was the last child. So that would, he's now on the products as well. So he has to go at such minute doses. And he started with 1 drop of Clean Slate, and he took him a week to get to 2 drops, but he had to back because it was too intense for him. But he's starting to feel the fog clearing. And obviously our energy has picked up and, feeling so much better. Just this week, because we've been flooded so badly on the east coast of Australia, my cat that I had rescued as a kitten brought me in 2 baby rats. And I did not have the heart to put them outside in these storms because it was just horrific. And so I decided to put them in a jar, and I didn't know what to feed them because we're very restricted living in a village with what we can get supply-wise. And I started giving them a little dropper dipped in Restore in organic milk. until we could actually get a formula for rats. And these little babies are picking up so fast just from having a little drop of Restore. And now I just sort of swirl it around in the cup and blend it with their kitten milk and give it to them each day. So our experience so far has been quite phenomenal, but especially for me with migraines that are just disappearing, which is great.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
We need to get a
What
case.
again
we
did
need a
she say
case
takes
study.
away the migraines? I'm sorry. What really worked for her to take away the migraines?
All of the products, and I think predominantly the Clean Slate with clearing the toxins out. But I'm taking all. Well, actually, I have to say I'm not taking the Relive because I gave the Relive to the mother-in-law, and I gave my Clean Slate away as well. But we've now got the Clean Slate back. So at the moment, we've still got the barrier support and the Clean Slate and the Zero In with the Restore. So all of those are making a difference, all of them. But I do think that the Clean Slate cleaning out the toxins, the heavy metals. So, I mean, I don't know how many layers of, obviously I'd say thalidomide's been in my body for a long time, since birth. So, yeah, all of them.
Thank you. Marta. She has her hand raised. Marta. Let me see. Okay, well, that's I think going to be it for the hour. Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. And please, of course, you can join us on our Tuesday call as well. So we'll see you next week. And well, then I believe next week we'll have Christina back.
You were a great substitute, Dr. Dori. Thank you so much. You and Claire, you're great.
Thank you.
Bless you. See
Bye-bye.
you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.